Next, we're going to talk about things to make sure that you give your photographer before your wedding day. The first being a family photo list. This is super important, especially if you have a big family. What I recommend my brides to do before their wedding day is to make a list of each individual photo group combo that they want to do. So, for example, like bride and mom, groom and mom, groom and dad. It might sound tedious, and of course we're going to remember to take photos with your parents or siblings or best friend, but the wedding day gets really crazy busy, and so you might not remember. I unfortunately did not get to take a photo with just my dad on my wedding day because I didn't write it down, I forgot. So this is a really important thing for you to do, especially if there are certain family or friend photos that you definitely want to get. So make a list, give that to your photographer. The photographer will probably be able to give you a time for how long it's going to take. Sometimes I've worked with my brides to kind of cut the list down, combine some group photos so that it takes a little less time after the wedding, before the wedding, depending on the timeline of the day. Timeline is another thing that you're going to want to give your photographer. Oftentimes I will work with my brides before the wedding to make sure that we have enough time allotted for portraits, depending on what time they're getting married, talking about whether or not they want to do a first look or do the portraits after the wedding. Those are all things that you're going to want to discuss with your photographer leading up to your wedding day. And they should be able to give some advice and feedback on that timeline to kind of help you plan that. I work with my brides all the time to kind of help plan their timeline. Make sure we have enough time for portraits. Make sure we are going to be done with photos. I always give a little bit of leeway room on each end, just for running late, for hair emergencies, or anything like that. Your wedding day is going to be perfect, but not everything is going to run smoothly. So kind of planning for those little, emergencies along the way, so it kind of helps be a stress-free process. I always add about 5 to 10, 15 minutes on each end of everything to give a little bit of wiggle room so that we're always early. It allows us to be on time, and it allows for the bride and groom to be stress-free.